Psalm 91 is the psalm of the moment, so forgive me for quoting it where you'll have heard it quoted many times. Psalm 91 is a psalm about God's care, God's provision, God's deliverance. And it's very, very topical for a time of national crisis, particularly around illness and plague. It talks about he will save you from the deadly pestilence. You'll not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. It's all about God's ability to save and protect those he loves. How does he do that in the psalm? It says in verse 2, surely he will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. The extraordinary thing about this image is that a fowler is somebody who snares birds. It's a bird catcher. And the one that rescues us from the fowler's snare is depicted as a bird. How could that happen? Surely a bird is not the best placed to save another bird from being trapped. You'd need a human agency or someone who could stand up to the bird catcher, the fowler. Actually, in the story of Jesus and in his life, what he comes to do is a fulfillment of what this psalm is all about. How can humans be rescued from the trap of that the enemy of our souls has put for us, the trap that leads us into death and sin? Well, Jesus became human being in order to actually walk into a trap set by Satan himself, the trap of the cross, surrendering himself to those malicious adversaries who wanted to take his life. But in doing that, springing a trap to release everybody else caught in it. And Jesus, for us, is the one who frees us from the fowler's snare. And Jesus uses himself, actually, imagery about a bird. When he's looking at the city of Jerusalem, which is in great peril, Jesus can see the destruction that's about to come upon that city. He says, "O Jerusalem, how I've longed to gather you as a hen gathers its chicks under its wings, but you were not willing." God is willing to rescue us and to defend us. God was willing to break the powers of death and destruction over our lives by becoming vulnerable to them himself, by entering our world, by becoming human, by walking into the trap set by the enemy so that we could be set free from it. And as we confront times of difficulty, of national and international disaster, of plague and trouble, we have a God who's not far from us in our troubles, who hasn't sent these troubles to judge us or to curse us, but comes to be with us in our troubles. And in many ways, those dedicated people who are working now to help the most vulnerable and save lives are doing that because they are agents of the living God, agents of the one who cares and wants to bless. So I want to read to you a canticle from the Celtic Daily Prayer Evening Office, which picks up this theme of the wings of God that we could shelter under. It goes like this. In the shadow of your wings, I will sing your praises, O Lord. The Lord is my light, my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the refuge of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? In the shadow of your wings, I will sing your praises, O Lord. One thing I ask of the Lord. One thing I seek, to dwell in the presence of my God, to gaze on your holy place. In the shadow of your wings, I will sing your praises, O Lord. I believe I shall see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Oh, wait for the Lord. Have courage and wait. Wait for the Lord. In the shadow of your wings, I will sing your praises, O Lord. As we wait, and as we hope and pray to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living, it's in the shadow of his wings, under the cover of his shelter, that we wait. God bless you.